Hello YouTube. I was watching YouTubers posting videos about building a power box or portable power supply to recharge electronic equipment such as cell phones, laptops, etc. And it got me interested in building one on my own. I'd like to give a shout out to all those YouTubers out there. Thank you for inspiring me to build one. I found out that this DIY project was really fun and very rewarding. I'd like to encourage you to build your own. For that reason, I'd like to share with you on how I built mine step by step. As we know, the very common recharger to recharge our batteries is our car. I have been thinking, what if I can build that same recharger and carry it anywhere I want it? Well, let's build one. First is to get a 12-volt battery, just like the car, but a smaller one. Then get a 12-volt cigarette lighter power outlet. Connect the positive and the negative terminals of the wires. Then that's it. We got ourselves a portable recharger. At least that's the basic idea. Here I drew a diagram for this project. Here's our 12-volt outlet, which is this one, and here's our battery with the plus and minus terminals. Red is positive, black is negative. Connect them like this. Since I'm excited to build one, might as well add more charging accessories. I will add a set of USB ports, which is basically this thing. I also need to monitor the amount of voltage available in the battery. Therefore, it should have a voltage indicator or voltage meter. Now these accessories will be constantly absorbing a little bit of power from the battery, even if there are no devices connected to it. For this reason, I will add a master switch. This master switch will simply disconnect all the accessories from the battery to save the power. I also think that it is imperative that I should add a fuse. This fuse will protect all the accessories, including the electronic devices, from any damage. As you may already know, the fuse is designed to safely burn when there is a short circuit to stop the flow of electricity. This will avoid from potentially damaging the accessories or even the devices connected to it. In a way, the fuse is sort of a sacrificial piece, for the lack of a better term, for this equipment. Most of the electronic parts has its own fuses. Just like the cigarette lighter outlet, it's got its own too. There are two ways to connect this fuse. First is to simply solder it into the wires. However, the issue is that if the fuse needs to get replaced, then I have to resolder another fuse into the wire again. The other way of connecting it is to add an inline fuse connector. This way, if I need to replace the fuse, I simply remove the old one and replace it. The fuses are very cheap it's worth installing it for safety precautions. Let's gather all our parts. Instead of buying each part individually, I found this online. As you can see, this is the 12-volt cigarette lighter outlet. This is the USB port outlet. There are two of them. This is the voltage indicator, which will monitor the battery voltages. And this is the master switch. By the way, this setup is optional. It's really up to you how you set up yours, but I recommend at least having the 12-volt outlet. So let's try to connect them. These are the positive and negative battery terminals. Red to red, black to black. Let's see if this kit works or not. This time, let's connect it without the fuse. Okay, it's connected. Let's turn the master switch on. And it works. The voltage indicator works, the USB port works, and the 12-volt outlet works as well. As you can see, these accessories are actually consuming power from the battery, even if there are no devices attached to them. Therefore, this master switch is important to have it installed, as I mentioned earlier in this video. Now that we know that all our parts are working, let's start putting them together. To make it portable, we need a box. This box is an ammunition box made out of hard plastic material. This is an ideal box to use because the lid has a rubber seal, making it waterproof. It's made to carry bullets, therefore it should be tough and safe from the elements. We're going to be placing the battery inside the box like this. It fits perfectly. Let's place the accessories at the side of the box like this. Another option is to place them on the top of the box. However, I prefer to have them on the side because this box actually is stackable, meaning you can stack them up together, same boxes on top of each other. Also, there's a high tendency of exposing the accessories to rain and dust when they are on the top, whereas if they are on the side, the tendency can be less. Let's start assembling. To begin, disconnect the wires. I just have to remember where they're going. Next, unscrew the plastic nuts that hold them to the plate. All of these can be switched from each other. This could go from here to there, and it's really up to your preference. Here's the plate that are holding them together. Let's use it as our template to mark circles, to cut holes in the box. I found out, unfortunately, that the box is that the battery is a little too high if we're going to place the plate like this. The solution is to raise the holes up like this so that the battery won't be blocking our accessories, or the accessories won't block the batteries in the inside. Then we just have to apply silicone caulking to make it water resistant. Let's mark the holes using this plate as our template. To cut holes, we could use a utility knife, or we could use a drill. Start drilling, and when the cutter hits the plastic, I reverse the drill to give a smooth cut on the surface of the plastic, then forward for the final cut. Will it fit? Let's find out. Insert the 12-volt outlet into the plate. Then into the box. Screw the nut in the inside. Looks like it fits. Before inserting all the accessories, the batteries has to be placed first in the box. Otherwise, the battery will not fit in. It will be blocked. Now, since the battery will slide, I need to secure it. I found this plastic board available somewhere from my previous projects. I will cut it into shape to secure the battery from sliding, something like this. Mark it with a Sharpie. Remove the board. Remove the battery. I will be gluing the board, so I'm going to apply masking tape to the corners of the battery to avoid gluing it. Place the battery back into the box. Hot glue the plastic board. I then use the battery as a guide to install the board. After a few minutes, remove the battery . You see there's a little bit of glue here. I can then simply remove the masking tapes. And there's no glue on the battery whatsoever. Okay, I also added another board flat on the bottom to prevent this board from sliding that way in case if the glue fails. What I'm going to do probably is to add a strap here to avoid bouncing the battery up and down. Then I found out that I need to reorient my accessories this way because this 12-volt outlet is a little too long. And I need this space as my storage. So I decided that I will use the master switch, which is shorter. So instead of this orientation, I will use this. Let's continue assembling the parts. First, the master switch, then the voltage indicator, so far so good. The USB ports, and the 12-volt outlet. Push them securely into places. And screw the plastic nuts like this, tight. Here you go. All we need to do now is connect the wires. This is the positive wire that came with the kit. This wire connects to the battery, but we'll be connecting a fuse first. Expose the copper wire using a wire stripper. You could either solder it or use this wire connector. Insert the copper wires like this. Push them against each other tight. And then use this crimper right here. The other end of the wire will be used to connect to the battery. I will use this type of connector. It has a slot to connect it to the battery terminal. The black wire that connects to the battery is a little shorter. We'll have to connect it with another wire to make it longer. Same with the red wire. We'll add a battery connector to connect this end to the battery. Now we're ready to connect everything. First is to remove the battery terminal protector. And ideally, connecting the wires to the battery terminals should be done last for safety reasons. But in this case, it's not going to be easy. Therefore, I had to connect them first. Wiring is done. Let's see if it works. There it is. Close it. Let's connect a device to see if it really works. Turn it on. Very nice. You can see here that it's charging. This will be the storage for the battery charger. If I need to replace the fuse, it will be like this. So it's good to have enough wire slack for easy access. There it is, the finished product. Powerbox. Let's see if this Powerbox can handle multiple devices or not. I'm going to connect this tablet to the USB port, this cell phone, and for this 12-volt outlet, I'm going to connect a power inverter. This device converts the 12 volts outlet into a standard electric outlet. To verify that it's going to work, I'm going to plug in my portable power drill recharger. I'm going to recharge this lithium battery pack. Now power on the master switch. You can see that the tablet and the cell phone are turning on. It's recharging them. The inverter has its own switch. Turn it on. Then it starts to recharge my lithium battery. I could also easily recharge my laptop here too. Another great thing of this Powerbox is that if I need to increase the number of USB ports, I can simply plug in another USB plug. Now I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 USB outlets. Alright, that's it. You may be thinking, how do I recharge the battery? I will post more videos on how to do it. I will also include battery options, the right type of wires to help you build your own. And if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and hit the like button below so that you will be the first to know when the videos are posted. If you have any comments or suggestions on how to improve this project, please let me know from the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching, and I wish you all well.